Hey guys, this is Faith. Come on in, come on in. I'm just doing a run. I've been trying to get myself in this kitchen and trying to do a Hellofresh meal with you for forever. And you know what? Today is the day. I'm going to do it. I figured out how to set this thing up here and still video. Now you might not see my head, and I'm fine with that. As long as you see my preparation and how everything is going to be. And it looks like you can see everything pretty clear, which is good. So I'm just going to finish up my prepping of the vegetables. And I'm going to come back in a few moments. Okay? I think I'm going to use the other one. I'm going old school. That looks like that'll work for me. That other one looks a little too short. I don't trust it. Yeah. I'm supposed to be making some juliennes, but I can't julienne them like that. Okay. Oh, that's much better. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, 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 boom. You always got to be careful when you get to the end with your hand. I'm going to knock these out real quick. And I'm going to discard the rest. I'm not trying to hold on to any. Okay, the others are the scallions I have to cut up and the mushrooms. I'm going to wipe the mushrooms off with a damp rag. Anyway, I'm going to put you on pause until I finish this stuff up, okay? And I'll see you in a minute. This is a test run. Hi, guys. I just wanted to check back in with you. I'm actually getting it done. Moving a little slower than I like, and I need to turn on the lights. The sun is going down, so hold on a moment. Let me reach past you and turn on the light. Yeah, you see the difference in that view? That's totally different. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And since the pandemic, I have my kitchen looks like a store. I don't have, this is the small apartment in the city, and I don't have a lot of space in here. And so this is where we are. And okay, I think that's good for right now. So we're supposed to keep them separate. I got carrot. I got everything everywhere. But for the most part, everything is pretty much done. I'm just going to wipe these mushrooms off. I have to go back and get the card because, oh, I need to do this also. This is my garbage bowl. It's up top. I don't have a lot of room over here today. And so the instructions said to half it down the middle and then about an inch apart so that they could be like half moons. I don't like them that thick, so I'm going to make them a little thinner just so they'll cook quicker for me. I'm a lover of zucchini, but sometimes not so much. It's sort of a love-hate relationship with me with these things. I don't know. Okay, one more. There you go. All right, so all my veggies are pretty much prepped except for these, and I'm just going to wipe them off because once you wet them, they're like a sponge. They just soak up the water, and I really don't want them to do that. So I'm just going to wipe them off and chop them up real quick. And they're all going to stay right where they are. Everything's going to stay right where it is. Once you wet a mushroom, you'll notice they immediately become soggy. And so I had to, sometimes in cooking, everything is trial and error. For me, I'm always finding out the hard way. All right, I don't have a lot of room here. So I'm just going to have to manipulate the system. Actually, I should have taken a bowl because I'm going to need a couple of bowls for the food. Hold on. How's everybody doing in the pandemic? Is everybody doing okay? I always am praying for you. You know that, right? Because I truly love you. And I'm always praying, okay, it's going to be a problem. My neighbor decides, whoever that is in the hallway is blasting, not playing. They are blasting their music. So if you hear them, I'm just going to have to say, I'm sorry. Sorry, they're playing the music so loud. Okay, I'm just going to chop these up real quick. I think this is the bulk of prep for me. And yep, and I have to get a pan out and a small I have to get a small saucepan and a small pot, which I'm going to cook the jasmine rice in. So when I finish chopping these up, I'm going to put it back and hold. I'm going to pause while I go and get all the other things, tool utensils that I really need to do this meal for you, okay? And I didn't plan on making this actual video. This was really supposed to be a test run. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm so excited. Testing 1, 2, 3. Last one chopped. Testing 1, 2, 3. It's still a test. I want to see how good it goes, okay? And that's it. So I'll put you on hold while I go and set the pots up and get them ready. Hey, gorgeous. I cleaned up a little bit in this section over here where I had all this stuff going on. I moved out a lot of the stuff, so I gave me a little more room. As you can see, it's totally different. And here's my garbage bowl. And I use the Hellofresh. Hellofresh always, the items always come packaged in the bag, ready to go. Let me show you something. Let me show you. They're always, each individual bag is already packaged up. It has the name of whatever it is that we're going to be making that day. And then you would go and you would get the, like today, we're going to be having the zucchini and mushroom and the bibimbap bowl. This is a Japanese dish, as you can see. And so I'm excited about, I think I had this before, but we just did it with vegetables instead of zucchini and mushroom. All right, so I'm a little excited, and again, I have everything already prepped, so I'm already ahead of the game. And this is how they normally come. It's 3 in a pack every week, and I just stopped it because I got like 6 of them in there, and I haven't really even begun to start cooking them. So I need to start cooking them now. All right, before they go bad. And these vegetables, remember, they're fresh vegetables, so they tend to go bad very quickly. And now I'm at the process of, I prep one, and so I should be now at the part where I'm about to cook the rice. And so they're telling me to cook the rice with a tablespoon of butter. Of course, I don't have any butter in my thing, which means I have to get some out of here. So they want a tablespoon of butter. I'll begin to turn on the heat so the pan can start to get warm. And I'm supposed to add to it the tablespoon of butter. I'm going to add, there's a teaspoon. 2 teaspoons makes a tablespoon, right? So I'm going to add a tablespoon of butter. Now this is frozen. It didn't specify whether it had to be hot or cold. All right, so I'm going to put that in there and let that start melting. It also said to, in a small pot over a medium heat, add, I'm going to put this butter later. I usually keep this just to keep my butter covered. Okay, it says to medium heat, add the ginger. Okay, so I'm supposed to add the ginger to that now and just let that kind of marinate together. So here's the ginger, and that's going to kind of marinate together. Once it gets hot, give it a minute or two. All right. And once that starts to happen, I think this is about my rice. Yes, I'm going to take my rice. Oh, it's going to be, I get it. It's going to be a little like, it's my scissors for my food. I only handle food with this scissors. Okay, it's going to be a little like, it's going to be a little flavoring like, you ever notice when you make rice-a-roni years ago, how the rice-a-roni you always had to, oh, wonderful, Faith. You know, it wouldn't be me if I didn't do it. You have to brown it. You know, you was always supposed to brown it first. And so that's pretty much what's going on here. Now, because I am a known, the last few times I did this, I burned everything up. So I'm going to be conscious and paying attention to what I'm doing now. I burnt up my last meal. In fact, that's why I think I deleted it. I didn't let it even stay on. I was so disappointed how I let the items, I was sauteing. It says medium heat. Okay, so that looks about medium. All right. So that looks starting to look good. And now it's telling me to put the rice in. Once it starts to cook down, add the rice. Put that in the garbage bowl. And let the rice start to brown up a little bit. And then I'm going to add, I'm going to let it brown a little bit. And then I'm going to add a cup, 1.25 cups, if I'm not mistaken. Right. 30 seconds, let the rice until it's fragrant, which I started smelling the ginger. Okay, and I'm going to stir in the rice and 1.25 cups of water. 1.25 cups. So this is 1 cup and this is 1/4 cup. And because I want to be precise, because it's rice, I want to make sure I'm doing it right. Okay, make sure I get that good brown, nutty. When it chars like this, it picks up a nutty flavor for some reason. Oh, it's so good. It really is good. Remember, this is testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. I think I turned it down a little too low. That does not look medium. That looks medium. Okay. All right. That's smelling really good, y'all. Okay. I actually went ahead and did one thing already. I took the scallions and I put them in the bowl with the vinegar and I added a little salt. I think that's going to be on the top. I've already done that. I prepped that. And so once I put this water in, the rice, just trying to let it get a little more brown so I can have a nice nutty flavor all through the rice. Oh, can you imagine that butter and that ginger in that rice when it begins to cook? Okay, and now we're going to add the 1.25 cups of rice. Right, and then we're going to let it. We're going to turn it up until it. I'm trying to give it one quick. I don't usually like to mess with rice too much, and so now we're going to let it until it boils, comes to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it down and let it simmer. And while that's going on, thank you for waiting, by the way, we're now headed up to, we were supposed to make the sesame sauce. It's set in a separate bowl. I already did the vinaigrette and the onions. And so it says now in a separate bowl, combine the sesame oil, soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of sugar. Okay, so I have the sesame oil and the soy sauce, and I'm going to get another bowl. And I might have to put you on hold while I find get me some sugar. Oh, I don't usually use sugar. I'm not a sugar user. I like stevia. My husband and I, we're trying to do better as we're aging gracefully. So we're going to get a teaspoon. Actually, I'm going to get a packet of stevia because I'm not a. I'll do one, and if I need another, I'll do another, but I'm not trying to use too much sugar. Not a sugar girl. And I'm going to sift that real quick, and I hear my rice. I'm going to get that going. We now need to marinate our vegetables. We need to do our vegetables. I'm going to stick that right on top of that one. Okay? And I have my spoon guard in the middle of the island of the stove. Why I can't say stove? Okay. Excuse me while I sip. Many of you know when you're pushing 60, not only are you always fabulous and you want to stay fabulous, but you are always sweating for some reason or another. Okay. And so now that it's up to boil, I'm going to literally turn it low and let rice do what it do. Rice is going to do what it do because it always does it. We're going to turn it and just let it simmer. There you go. All right, and now we're at the prep station of 4, and that's to cook the veggies. And we're going to drizzle some oil. And I have olive oil. Should have had my pan a little hot already. That would have helped. I'm going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. And so I'm supposed to saute the carrots. And this is just a process. We're going to saute, take them out, saute, take them out, saute, take them out. And I I don't want my vegetables in that green bowl. These are usually cereal bowls, so I don't really want to put them in there. Okay, so as this pan heats up, I might have put just a tad bit too much. Non-stick pan, medium-high heat. We're gonna put the carrots and the seasoned salt and pepper. Okay, the usual that you normally have to do. Seasoned salt and pepper. And so I should have actually had the pot hot. This is what happens when you prep, when you don't prep. Okay, so I'm gonna turn it off for just about 2 minutes until the pot's hot. Hi guys, I think we're ready now. So we're gonna put the carrots in, and remember, we just want them to wilt, and we're gonna salt and pepper them. Got that flame just a tad bit high. Just put a little salt and pepper so that salt and pepper can pull out that, especially the salt. I like seasoned salt, so we have some pure seasoned salt right here. I'm gonna put a little, right. And we're gonna come back. He said to let it wilt for about 2 to 3 minutes. I put a little pepper. My husband's not a great lover of pepper. He said I'm heavy-handed with the pepper, so I'm gonna be mindful today. And he only likes it, strangely, on his eggs. He likes them on his eggs, but anywhere else, not so much. And so we're gonna let those wilt down real quick. And it's telling me to remove them and then add some more oil and then add the zucchini and then remove them from it and then add the mushrooms. So we're pretty much coming down to the wire with everything. I don't know where you're at or how long it's been already because I can't see the time. Wow, it's been a little while now. It's usually a 25-minute prep. It said 10 minutes to prep and 25 minutes to cook, so I guess this will be a pretty good segment. Yeah, they're wilting down now. Give it a few minutes. Okay, I don't want to press. Okay, and then the scallions are just everything that you put on the top, so I literally move them out of the way. Okay. I have my chopping board down. I normally have this sitting up, but because of the time and I wanted to make sure I saw everything. Okay, this is looking pretty good. All right, I think we're good. All right, I'm going to remove these. I'm going to remove these out because that's what she said. It said to remove. I keep saying she like it was a woman, like I know that it was a woman. And some of the greatest chefs in the world are men. I always automatically think that it's a woman. All right, so they're nice and tender now, the way they said to make sure they are. And so we're going to put the next batch in. I'm going to turn that up just a little bit more. That looks like medium hot. And we're going to add some more olive oil because I actually had a little bit too much in the first one, okay? I'm going to add the olive oil. I had to pour it off. And this time, who's up next? I think it's the zucchini that's up. Give it a minute. Just making sure everything is nicely lubricated on the pan so that when I lay them in there, they'll begin to crisp. And again, we're going to do the same thing, salt and pepper. I learned each time that you're supposed to salt and pepper in levels, not wait till the last minute and just salt. And usually, and it's so funny, when I do it that way, I always make a mess. My husband said, that's too salty. That was salty. So you're just supposed to do a little each time in layers as you're cooking. Yes. So it's a little salt, and remember, not too much pepper. And now we're going to just let the heat do what it do. And as my rice looks like it's pretty much done, I think I'm going to take a quick peek at it. I need a fork just to check it. Okay, yeah, she's pretty much done. I'm going to turn her off. No, she needs a little bit more. She's not done yet. I normally have a lid because sometimes covering it helps the cooking time. But I also learned from cooking over the years that when you want something crisp, if you cover it, it tends to make it a little mushy. So we'll give it a few minutes. If you're not in a rush, I'm not in a rush. I don't mind hanging out with you. I know you haven't seen my face today, but how are you? Now, you know my mother would have a fit with my hair down by this food. She would hit me. That woman would have popped me for sure. But I just been down to say hello and thank you for spending time with me as I make my Hellofresh meal. It's not my first, but it is one that I'm actually doing completely. Yeah, these are coming along. And then after all of this, we're going to end it with a big old pretty fried egg on top. That sounds so healthy. To me, it sounds so good. I'm going to have to make sure I flip that egg. And I think I'm going to get that lid just to speed time. Just to speed the time up. One, because I know that you have things that you might want to be doing. But I thank you that you chose to spend time with me. I really do. All right. You got the holes there? Okay. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to put it on hold for just a minute, okay? Okay, guys, thank you. I'm back. And what I'm doing now is I finished up the zucchini. And now I have the mushrooms in, and I just salted and peppered them. And so I'm going to give them a few minutes. I'm going to give them a few minutes to warm up. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover them because they hold a lot of water. It shouldn't be too much longer. And then I have to fry that egg. And then I begin to assemble the plate. Let me get the plates out while that's cooking. Have you started preparing your dinner already? Today is Tuesday, believe it or not, and it's about going on 7 o'clock, and usually because of the pandemic, we normally have our Bible study on Tuesdays at our church, and so nothing has changed. We will just have virtual Bible study with our church. And so this is what I'm going to put this knife in. It's in yeah, the mushrooms are steaming nice. Yeah, I knew they wouldn't take long. Ooh, that smells delicious. Ooh. Yeah, they don't usually take long. Look at them. I'm going to give them another minute. Some of them still need to wilt a little bit more. But, you know, they hold a lot of water. That's why I didn't want to put them in water to clean them. Because when you soak them, they become a sponge and they soak up all the water. And then when it's time to cook them, it's an absolute mess. You can't do a thing with them. You really can't. And so, once I have that set, I'm going to fry the egg and I'm going to begin to prepare plating them, okay? So I'll probably, when I start making the egg, I'll probably put it on hold until I put everything together, and then I'll show you the actual completion of what it's supposed to look like. And I'm praying that it will look a little bit like the picture, okay? And where are we? Oh, we're good. Oh, we're good. Okay. See those beautiful sauteed mushrooms? Those are good to go. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put them, if they don't fall over, I'm going to try to stack them right up because that's what they said. Just pile them all up on the same dish, which I'm going to do. Then I'm supposed to wipe this dish out and use it to make my egg, right? Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, I'm going to put you on hold for just a moment. Okay, thank you again. And as you can see, the eggs are in the pot, in the pan, and they're cooking. I always like to cook my egg with avocado oil. It's very good for you, and it's very a healthier oil. Sometimes, either that or olive oil, but when it comes to my eggs, I just wanted to take a minute. I really always like to cook it in the avocado oil. But I wanted to show you the little egg carton that it came in. Isn't that just the most adorable thing? Everything is already done. You know, with HelloFresh, you don't have to do anything. It's already set for you. Okay. And because I'm talking and not paying attention, I'm about to burn up this egg. Okay, you're about to see me make an absolute mess. Oh, not too bad. OMG. Talking too much, not paying attention. Okay. I'm going to have to turn you off for a minute. Ah, yeah. My husband doesn't like a runny egg. I like a runny egg, but my husband's not a fan of it. All right, I'm about to plate them in a minute. And then this is the last time, so hold on. Thank you for waiting, guys. And it's completed. My egg had a bit of an accident, and I forgot to put the hot sriracha on, but that's because my husband is not a spicy food eater. So I didn't put it on his plate. I'll put it on mine, but not on his. And here's the final look, and you be the judge. This is what it looks like on the picture. You see that? And here is the actual meal with the ginger jasmine rice. Oh, I hope you could see that. I don't want to turn it so that it'll slide off. But that looks, I'll hold up the phone. I start messing with stuff and I mess everything up. Hi, babies. How you doing? I love you. Thank you for staying with me.